Residents of CRABWOOD Creek Quarantine have been assured of immediate help in addressing drainage and irrigation issues in their communities and farming areas. During an outreach to CRABWOOD Creek Saturday, Minister Mustafa heard from villagers about the problems they have been experiencing with blocked drainage channels and impassable dams. It was in response to these concerns that Minister Mustafa ordered that a team of engineers comprising the NDIA and Regional Democratic Council of Region 6 visit the area to assess the works that need to be done to improve conditions for farmers and residents alike. In his address to residents after listening to their concerns, Minister Mustafa said the government has consistently been delivering on its commitments to people of the country. CRABWOOD Creek is no exception. The Agriculture Minister noted that the PPPC government is a responsive government, one that listens to the cries of its people and seeks to bring immediate relief. He said government's approach has always been to involve the communities in decision-making as it relates to their respective communities before a plan or program of intervention is executed.
And today I am very happy to tell you here that although you are raising issues for us to deal with, a number of issues were already dealt with. And all the commitments and promises we have made when we went to the elections campaign in 2020, for the first time in our country's history, this government has delivered on all those commitments, every single one. So what you are raising today are new things. And what we are doing are new things, new projects. And that is the hallmark of the PPP civic government. You look at it. You look at all the sectors. You look at housing. You look at water. You look at public infrastructure. You look at health, education, agriculture, and you will see. In the health sector today in Region 6, we are constructing 2 new hospitals. I know for a fact that you have raised many times with us the issue at the Skeldon Hospital. Even the last time I was here in this community about a month ago, just over a month ago with the Vice President, you all raised concerns at this hospital here. And he told you all that with the commencement of operations at the new hospital, all those will become history. All those issues that you are faced with, the administrative issues, we are working over time to correct those issues. I can tell you for a fact, when matters like those came up, the President himself is dealing with it directly and talk to the Minister of Health to get these matters resolved. So we are working and some of the issues, and let me tell you what, today you will see that citizens, not only the people who are involved in government's work, are officials of the government or the party, but ordinary citizens can communicate directly to the President or the Vice President or any minister. I saw 2 days ago, there was a complaint about a youngster who died at the hospital. That complained directly. So these things are being looked at to improve the services being provided. At New Amsterdam, with that new hospital, that will be a level 5 hospital. All the services that you go in down, when you wanted those services like CT scan, MRI, and all those sophisticated services, when you want it, you have to go to Georgetown, will be delivered right here in New Amsterdam. Will be delivered right here in New Amsterdam. We'll have more doctors being recruited. We'll have more health workers being recruited. All those things we are looking at. So when you raise the issue, we might not have a service that is A1, but we are working to be there. That is why we are coming to meet with you. These are the things we are being encouraged. We are being encouraged by the leaders of our party that we must come out. We must not sit in our offices. We must not sit in our offices and work. I saw a complaint 2 nights ago. Went to the Vice President that came to me. I saw it too, that, for example, not this area, but Carriffeton, the government has increased subvention to all the municipalities and NDCs. But we want people to participate. in those decision making, that the subvention must be used to benefit the community, and we must not dictate what has to be done in the community. We have to have the input of the people who are living there, who are experiencing these conditions, and they must have an input.
According to Minister Mustafa, government's policy of having ministers led by the president engage with farmers directly through outreaches allows for an insightful approach to problem solving and policy development that brings improvements across the board.
We don't want to sit in our office and dictate. I could have sit in my office and said, for agriculture, I will do this for CRABWOOD Creek. But I would have known that Baba Grant need help, or the farmers need 4 to 6 hours work individually, or you need a bridge at Baba Grant to cross over a canal. So these things, when you raise it, I now will look at it to ensure that the officers deal with these things. Like, for example, the comrade raised an issue just now. I was there when he raised an issue when we went to CRABWOOD Creek, right here when the president came, when we come at that impromptu meeting the afternoon, and he raised an issue that he wanted a GOT. We sent the people them to build it. Now he's saying that it has not been built to the satisfaction of the community. So we have to ensure now we're going to modify that. I just raised it with the engineer, he said the thing has to go out more. So that you have to get a pontoon to extend it further. They have to have public works to look at the road. So these things are very helpful when we come out in the community. This is the hallmark of the PPP civic government.
One farmer asked Minister Mustafa what guarantees he has for paddy prices for the next crop, a question the Agriculture Minister said will be determined by what is happening on the world market, where a number of factors have driven down the prices for rice, but stressed that government will continue to offer critical support for farmers.
Farmers around the world are facing difficulties with the cost of production increasing and the price for the produce declining. That's a serious problem. But I want to tell you here this morning, comrade, you are very fortunate in this country. We must give jacket. I am not, because I am a minister of government. Right here, neighboring Suriname, you see what happened, the people that dumped their paddy because of the price. The Suriname government subsidized the price for them, but the Guyana government subsidized the price for you. Every bag of paddy you sold, we are giving you $300 from the government, for the cough of the government. $300 for every bag of paddy a farmer sold to the mill. We are contributing $300. So the millers are buying the paddy for $3,700. And we are giving you $300 from the government, contributing that so that we keep a price to a level. You all remember 3 years ago, in 2022, when we had the serious problem with rice price, we had a discussion with GREMA. GREMA is the Guyana Rice Millers Association. And they said that they cannot maintain a price for farmers. So at that point, we asked them, what do you think we can do as a government? And every ton of rice exported overseas, the miller has to pay a commission at that time for $8 per ton. US dollars. Now, we reduced it. Firstly, they met with the president directly, and the president reduced that to $6. And when we had the meeting at that time, it was reduced to, we stopped the commission. So all the exports at that time, the millers did not pay any commission to the rice board. So the government had to contribute and give the rice board a subvention for that period. After that period would have finished, India, which is one of the largest producers of grains, especially rice, took out from the world market millions of tons of grains. And that caused the rice price, especially rice price, and other grain price, but especially rice price, to go up. And because of that, for that period, we didn't have to subsidize the cost. So the millers were getting a fair price, and the farmers were getting a fair price. Then at the end of last year, we saw the price start to decline, because India, that has took out millions of tons of grains from the world market, start to go back to the world market to put back those grains. And because of the large amount of grains, especially rice, coming from India, the prices start to decline. Last year, Guyana would have had the largest production of rice in the history of our country. Since our foreparents came and started to plant rice in Guyana, we had last year surpassed the 700,000 ton mark. We end last year at 725,000 tons, the largest ever.
Minister Mustafa disclosed that this first crop of 2025 is already putting Guyana on a path to another record production this year. He said government's investment in ensuring farmers got no less than $4,000 a bag amounts to more than 2 billion Guyana dollars.
So when the miller pay you $4,000 a bag for your paddy, we got to give them $300. Yeah, our GRDB has been doing that. We had $2 billion in GRDB to purchase fertilizer, to give to farmers. We have to take that money now and give the millers back to subsidize the cost for paddy. So you see, I am just telling you what we are doing. You as a farmer's comrade, the comrade in white shirt, you as a farmer might not see that, but I am showing you the big picture. For this crop, the 2025 or 2025 forest crop, we have to contribute, if the country produce as projected 9 million bags of paddy. That I get the projection from the GRDB. If the country produce or will produce, because the crop is still going on, 9 million bags of paddy. And I think they might surpass that because the yield is very good now. We are seeing different parts of the country. Some farmers are getting 40 bags, some are getting 45 bags, some are getting, you understand, depends on how the crop husbandry would have worked and how they have done the work in the field. So if we have to produce 9 million bags of paddy, when you add $300 per bag, that is $2.7 billion. $2.7 billion the government has to contribute to the rice price to the farmers, leaving out the commission that the millers have to pay to the GRDB. Another $360 million. So 2.7 plus 360 million, that is 3.1 billion dollars. The government has to go for the forest crop. You see my money? I'm just telling you. So we have to find $3.1 billion to only help the farmers with their rice price. President was at Region 3 at a meeting, and he said at that meeting that they set aside another $2 billion to buy fertilizer to farmers. And you know when we said $2 billion, he said that every acre land you cultivate now, every acre land you cultivate, you'll get 1 bag of fertilizer from the government. So if you cultivate 40 acres, you'll get 40 bags of fertilizer. If the cash crop farmer is doing 5, 10 acres, they'll get 5 or 10 bags of fertilizer. so far we go to ensure that we meet the needs of our farmers.
Looking ahead to the second crop this year, Minister Mustafa said farmers can rest assured of government's continuing support should paddy prices further decline.
So I can tell you as Minister of Agriculture that next year, or next crop, the rice price could continue to be 4,000 or you're gone up to $4,500 a bag. But as a government, we are guaranteeing you that we are trying as much as possible to ensure you receive a fair price for your paddy. A fair price for your paddy. And let me tell you also, I don't know if it's happening in this area, but one of the largest costs to the cost of production is the rental of land. The rental of land. Government is charging very, very small sums for rental. How much y'all pay now, Bogus, for your rental land? $200 an acre? $200 an acre. Them man get some farmers. Let me tell you all something. Them farmers get some farmers, you get an investor coming to invest. Pay them $13,000 an acre. They only pay $200. They refuse it and say no. They don't want $30,000. They only still don't collect $30,000. They say they don't want that. You understand? This is the kind of thing. If you got an agro park, you know what's an agro park? An agro park, when you go overseas and you see all them big development taking place, you have grains, you have silo, you have processing plant, all those things in one area. Imagine how many thousands of jobs will be created. And we talk about 12,000 acres. These people wanted to develop for 50 years. So I'm looking now at Gaisuko. Let Gaisuko give them part of the land to start do that agro park, the investment. So that your area, this part of the quarantine, will have more opportunities. You will not only depend on yourself to do cash crop farming or do rice farming or do fishing. You will have other opportunities.
Residents of the Crabwood Creek catchment area, most of them rice farmers, have expressed satisfaction at the announcements by Minister Mustafa.